Hello and welcome to Move the Line Prop Drop Show, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Ryan Noonan, back to talk about the best way, the most profitable way to bet on NFL football. That is through player props, here with my friends, Connor Allen, John Hyslop, coming off of a fun, man, we got real close last week on the Millie Parlay. Connor, we had someone that did like a, watered down version of it, turned $1 into what, like $400-$500? We're getting close, guys.
Yeah, we got close on the Millie Parlay. Also, we talked about, I think Noonan, you and I talked about Jameson Williams negatively correlated, and that smashed. I mean, that was awesome. Sunday was like a pretty even day for me on props overall. And then, because my wife came in and was like, "How'd you do today?" I'm like, "Oh, it was fine. Didn't win anything." So she goes to bed. Sunday night game's going, and or whatever it was, like later in the afternoon, and J-Mo's just cooking the entire time. And I'm like, okay, well, we just won a lot. Under 3.5, 60 plus, 70 plus. It was awesome. It was a bonanza. And so hopefully we can run it back this week and talk about something else good.
Oh man, it was lovely. It made for save the weekend personally, which is fantastic as well. Love to see other people on that too. Longtime friends, my boy Jeff Sturkin won on that too. Parlayed some other stuff in there with it too, and made himself a nice big. There's a comma in there. Anytime there's a comma in the wins, love to see that stuff too. So, just that's a friend for like 25 years at this point. Still rides with me, hangs out, checks out the show. Love to see good things happen to good people. So shout out to Sturkin. Slop, what's going on, baby?
I'm just living the dream, man. Just waiting for another weekend of NFL.
It's here.
It is here. I mean, well, kind of. We still got 2 days. It's tough on Friday because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready, like right now. Like, if they started games right now, I'd start watching. But we got to wait a couple of days. We'll be all right, though. More time to put in Millie parlays.
Excited to that. Yeah, get that at the end of the show. Get close. Like I said, we're going to shut down one of these books eventually. But want to remind folks, live here, 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday. You can watch it on the 4for4 Bets YouTube channel. It's also live on the 4for4 Bets Twitter account as well. Or you can find Move the Line wherever you listen to the podcasts. The live version is your best bet. If you want to get the best price, the best of the number, waiting for the podcast a little bit harder, but to each their own. I understand, not good for everyone to watch live, but just a reminder, 3 p.m. Eastern every Friday. Wherever you're taking it in, subscribe, rate, and review. All those things go a long way in helping us out. If you're hanging out with us, jump in the chat. Let us know what your favorite look is for the week is. We'll try to get to as many questions as possible too. Obviously we got a little bit off the rails last week. We got into some appliance recommendations, anything life related wise too. I don't want to rule it out. Put it in the chat. Hopefully we can figure it out for you. If you're a Dyson guy, maybe we could talk you through some of that, get you in some of the new stuff that's going on out there. We're here to help. That's our role. We're giving you props and winners too, but we're here to help. If you want access to the stuff that we do, you want our place, you want the betting subscription at 4for4. You want to get into Discord. That's where all the official plays, even the things that Connor and I are going to push out today specifically, will go into our Discord for our subscribers first, give them the best shot to get the best price and the best number. We have lots of different ways for you to get the betting subscription. Again, if that gives you access to everything that we do at 4for4. So any article, tool, rankings, projections, all that stuff. You're playing DFS. That's where you want to be. Great way to partner with us is through our new friends over at Rebet. And because we want to do good things for our people here as well, and Slop is one of those people, we have a new deal for you that lets you get the best of both worlds. Slop has a subscription service through Dub Club. And if you want to get access to Slop's Dub Club for free, all you need to do is download Rebet. And again, new Pick'em. They got Sportsbook. They got Prop Builder. They're a sweepstakes site. Use promo code HIGHSLOP when you sign up for Rebet. Deposit $10 on Rebet, and you're going to get an email and get access to a free month at 4for4 and a free month of Hyslop's Discord and Dub Club. Like,
that's
$10.
Crazy.
Well,
I feel like we're giving them too much.
$10.
A lot.
You get both. You get both.
Yeah.
$10.
Everything.
That's it. So definitely want to take advantage of that. Again, download Rebet, promo code HIGHSLOP. And after you do that, sometimes it takes a little bit, 24, 48 hours for you to get the notification and how to access both. But yeah, it'll become your way. It's It's a great deal. Again, that's like, I don't even know what the value is. It's unlimited.
Over $100.
I mean, that's what actually monetary value is, but the actually real life value of it is
put a
so much
million.
more than that.
Yeah.
You know,
It's in the millions.
you want to put a price on it, like we kind of can, but you almost can't. So
No.
check out Rebet again. Better for Apple, but they're working on some of the Android stuff. Throw that challenge out to you there, the folks at Rebet, get some of that stuff going. But again, I know most of you, as we discussed last week as well, people are already, Slop and I are the last, remaining soldiers here in the Android streets. Everyone else has already made the jump to Apple stuff. So again, download that. If you have any questions, reach out, or you have any challenges, reach out to us directly. We'll help you get through that. But again, take advantage of that deal. High Slops, Dub Club, and then everything going on at 4for4. All right, gentlemen.
That's right.
Week 7, live lines, no stale bread, things you can bet on right now. Connor, the floor is yours. First play of the week.
Yeah, I've been, we talked about this before the show, but one of my favorite looks of the week here is going to be Khalil Shakir over 27.5 receiving yards. This dropped to 26.5, maybe a couple hours ago on FanDuel. I didn't think that this would make it to DraftKings everywhere else. It got posted at 28.5. It looks like other people bet it up to like 30. Now we got some 27s, some 30s, some 32s at FanDuel. I really like this over for a couple of reasons. So I know Amari Cooper just got traded to the Bills. This whole week has been really weird because when they got him, they're like, I don't know if he's going to play. It's going to take him a while to get up to speed. Sean McDermott said this. Today, he comes out and says, I still don't know if he's going to play. I got to talk with the coaches and see what's going on. So it seems like I think Amari Cooper's probably going to play a little bit, but probably not the entire game. And when he does play, he was running like 75 to 80% of his routes on the outside. Khalil Shakir plays slot. Like he's run 75% plus on the inside. People were worried about him being injured. He's full in practice Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. And beat reporters are speculating that he's going to be basically full in this game here. And then on top of this, the match against the Titans overall is generally tough, but in the slot, the Titans have allowed 58% of wide receiver receptions in the slot. It's the highest rate of the league. Like Josh Downs went for 66 yards. Jaden Reed had 50 yards, even with Malik Willis. Fat Keenan got over 29.5 here. I mean, everyone's been eating out of the slot against them. So I like the Shakir over here. I think maybe some Cooper unders could be interesting too if those hit like 40, but I didn't want to play any unders at 35. Instead, I went with the slop way. Play the over on the guy instead of the under. It'll be a good sweat. He'll get there on like 1 or 2 catches.
The ability to have to do the content, to sit on the play for a couple hours, risk moving a little bit, and it did. But I still like it there too, Connor. I think it's still a solid play. And I like how you did that too, because that's actually how your brain typically goes the other way.
It is.
It's an opportunity to take an over because there's situation changes and playing time, whatnot. Like you want to find the unders to bang, and it's like broken your brain. So it's good for you.
There's a couple other situations. I mean, even like last night, I know some people were on Jaleel McLaughlin unders, people were on Javonte unders because we expected Estime to play a little bit more. But the situation was like, hey, they're going to be able to run all over this Saints defense. So like they could all get there, and they all did. They all went 15, 20 yards over their props. And there's another similar situation this week with Nick Chubb and the Browns and Deonta Foreman. Like, I don't know how much Nick Chubb is going to play, but I'm not backing an under on him against one of the worst run defenses in the league. If he gets 7 to 10 carries, he could still go over his prop of like 35, 40 yards. And that's like a limited workload for Nick Chubb. I mean, I don't know. Well, we can talk about it more later, but I just think it's like trying to figure out, not just betting the unders in those uncertain situations, but figuring out the best way to play it is, been an evolution I've been going for,
Yeah, looking at ceiling outcomes for Estime made sense there too. So similar here. Slop, what are your thoughts on the Bills passing game? Shakir, any thoughts on Connor taking an over for us? Brave soul.
I'm glad to see Connor growing as a person, as a human being. That's awesome. So I'm all for growth and overs, obviously. But yeah, no, he was right last night about that that situation. Like, you just knew the Broncos were going to be able to run on him. So it's very tough to be like, all right, well, let's take this back up. It's like, well, what happens when the other guy goes nuts? Why not just, you could take the over on the backup, but don't you dare go under on the starter. Cause I mean, again, he could get it on 1 or 2 carries. So it doesn't make sense. I like this over though for Shakir, but I wanted to get his thoughts on What about the people that don't want to be like a minus 115 person? What about 40 plus at plus 126 at FanDuel right now? Would you do that?
Yes. 40 plus. I played a little 50. Caesars 50 plus is like plus 250.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. I mean, this is like
going there right now.
In my opinion, I mean, if you look at his other games this season when he was healthy, I mean, he had, what was it? Like 62, 72, 54, and then 42 receiving yards in his 4 other games that he was not limited. I mean, he's like their main moving guy. I don't know.
Do you worry at all about the Titans not being able to move the ball whatsoever on the Bills? Because
absolutely,
that Levis kid is horrible.
He just popped up on the injury report too as we went live. Questionable. I mean,
okay, yeah. I bet you here. You know what I think? I bet you there's nothing wrong with that kid.
Right. Like they just want to.
Like, we can't play him, dude.
They want an excuse to play Rudolph, right? Because didn't Rudolph just come in and like play well the last time we saw him, like immediately, and then they.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't bad. He wasn't Levis bad. I mean, Levis is bad. I mean, it looked like I'd say him and Spencer Rattler are right in the same, like they're the same guy. Like they're not good. Both have moxie, which you need a little bit of moxie in this world, but they got more moxie than quarterback skill. That's the problem. It looks like Caesars has Shakir plus 115 for 40 plus. For 50 plus, he's plus 200. Wow. At DraftKings, 50 plus 200. So people are on to you, Connor. That's good. I'm probably take the 40 plus.
Yeah, I like that too. I mean, to be honest, like if I feel like there's a lot of variables that I feel like we have a good read on that are not necessarily factored in, one of which is the Amari Cooper situation. The other is his injury situation. And then the third thing is like a matchup that seems difficult, but might not be difficult for him. And so like, if I were to set this line, it'd probably be like 35-ish, 36. And so again, I just think like, you know, like 40 plus getting plus money there is pretty solid look.
Yeah, I like it. Slot, back to you. First one for you to start us off here, week 7.
All right, so I'm kind of scrambling a little bit because my greatest play of all time for the weekend this weekend was gonna be David Njoku 5+ receptions. I got that this morning at plus 112 at FanDuel, which to me is absurd, just given what I think is going to happen in that game. But that line has since moved to like minus 115. So since there's no stale bread here, but I still want to play Njoku, I'm going to do something I don't want to do, but I'd say the yardage is still good. 50 plus. I think you can get that at FanDuel right now at plus 124. I think that's fine. That's going to require him to do something with the ball, which I don't love, just because Watson, I think, is awful too. Like he's a one step above like Levis and Rattler. So, I mean, he's not great. But I think he can get them. I think he can propel Njoku to 5 receptions. In this matchup with the Bengals, who I think are going to beat them kind of bad. So they're trailing. They got to throw. Njoku, I mean, in theory, should be a little closer than Cooper ever was to Watson, which maybe that means something for his accuracy, because down the field is not very accurate, but close up, maybe he gets to 5. I bet you Njoku gets to double-digit targets. Dude, I'm telling you, I think they're going to lean on him just because they don't really have anyone else, and they're going to be down, and they're going to be throwing. 5 catches, again, is good. 50-plus yards, that's in play. But, yeah, Njoku.
Connor, I know you got thoughts on this one.
So
Njoku, don't you?
No. So I told them, I was like, hey, this Njoku play is really good. I mean, the Bengals, you know, are allowing like over 8 yards per target to tight ends. Without Cooper, Njoku's target share like is massive. And even last week on running just 66% of the routes, he had like a 30% target share, which is like stupid. Started writing it up and I got like physically ill. Like I literally like had like this pit in my stomach and I'm like, what am I doing? I was like, I just can't do it. So I deleted like half my write-up and I just like, I didn't go to the bathroom and vomit, but I felt like I should have. So I just messaged them at noon instead and was like, hey guys, like I backed out of this, like, you know, just letting you know. So I thought about it. I think it's the right play. I just had this weird vision in my head of like Deonta Foreman and Nick Chubb running the ball 30 times and Deshaun Watson throwing the ball into the ground. And like, I just like every time I think of Deshaun Watson and like betting an over tied to him, Like I remember when we bet Amari Cooper's overs, which actually hit, but the amount of like just PTSD I got from balls that were like thrown 10 yards too far or the wrong way, or like, I just couldn't do it. So,
all right. So 2 things. You're talking to a guy who just had an illegal amount of Foster Moreau overs last night. So I'm all for that. I'm okay there. And then also, 2, I went the other way once we cashed that Amari Cooper a couple times. I was like, it didn't feel good, but it did kind of feel good. You know what I mean? It's like pleasure with pain, that kind of thing. I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to be hurt again as long as I win.
Is that your thing? Are you into like?
I don't know. Maybe I am. Hey, we're all growing on this show. Like maybe we're learning about ourselves. Like I don't know, but somehow it felt kind of good to be like having Amari Cooper with Watson, and like that was because that was terrible when that game started. Like man, this sucks. Like when you're watching, like this is bad. Like this is never gonna hit, and then it does, and you're like, kind of want to do that again. kind of, yeah. I might be back in, and I am again. I'll give you that this is not great, but that's why I like the 5 receptions for Njoku. That's why I went there before the yards, because man, one of these nice work, Jeff. What's up, dude? But like he's gonna catch a couple like bubble screens or some you know what I'm saying, stupid receptions that aren't really receptions, but you know they are and they count, and that's what's gonna get them over, I think. Because I do think they're going to get behind. That's gonna throw out the Foreman and Chubb. I think that's going to ruin them as like bets, because I think they get behind.
Yeah. I mean, I could see. I was dying when Connor started, messaging, and I could see him like having to write it up and then just trying to spell Deshaun Watson on his computer and just like his arms short circuiting a little bit. And he's just like, I can't do this. I can't sell this bet through the lens of Deshaun Watson having to do anything positive. But I do like it. I like it too. Cause again, I actually said, I thought Deshaun Watson under longest receptions, like 31.5, which he's done barely once all season, is a pretty interesting look. Because I'm trying to think, it's going to take a yak thing to someone like Njoku, and Njoku's Jason's got him here as a possibly negatively correlated, 5+ under 40 receiving yards type of situation, which I could be sold on here too. So yeah, I like it. I think it's good. It's good process overall. All right. I typically hate these bets. I did a hit last week on a, Breece Hall receptions over, and thought it was a good look, and kind of stumbled into a couple other looks here this week that I think make some sense, even though just on paper, I don't love running back reception plays, but give me Chuba Hubbard over 3.5 receptions. This is -115 on DraftKings prop builder. If you happen to have Bet Rivers and you can bet a couple of quarters together, they got -105. It's pretty much out there everywhere. He's caught at least 4 balls in 5 straight. The only time he didn't catch 4 balls, which is all we need here, was week 1. We know that game against the Saints got wonky in that game. Actually, looking back, Bryce Young, not a big check down guy, does not like to throw to his running backs, because even in that one, Miles Sanders barely he saw 1 target. So this is the only time all year that Chuba has not caught at least 4 balls. His route participation is going up each week. He's actually taking some Miles Sanders work. Last week, Chuba ran a route on 70% of the dropbacks. Miles Sanders just 20%. So like they've been like a little bit more Sanders. They've been 50-50. Last week, pretty good split with Chuba getting more 6 targets last week, 5 receptions there. Also found out this after I'd already decided to make the play and write it up. Andy Dalton leads all quarterbacks in checkdown rate, 18.8% checkdown rate for Andy Dalton. So now we have a situation where they're like 9-point dogs on the road. Deontay Johnson is banged up. I don't think he's playing here. I don't know if we've got word on that yet. Ankle injury, rib injury. He's had 43 targets in the 4 Andy Dalton starts. Now we basically have 10 targets in a trailing game script that need to be distributed elsewhere. I think we just need Chuba to do what he's been doing anyway. And if he gets a little bit more, maybe we take some alts. Maybe we look at 5+. That's some slot might be interested in. So yeah, I love Chuba here. Again, not typically loving the variance that can come with running back receptions or receiving yards. But again, I will always lean receptions because I think it's more predictive of volume, targets, things like that. The variance in yards. So give me Chuba over 3.5 receptions here. Connor, any thoughts?
No, I mean, I like it. It makes sense. I think Deontay's going to stick it out and play probably, but it probably won't be 100%. I mean, that guy's just like injured no matter what. And he would have been in consideration for an over if he was perfect health-wise, but, it's like he's never healthy. So I'm not going to be laying that. But yeah, Chuba, especially too, with Jonathan Brooks out. I think you could play rushing overs. I think receiving overs make sense. I mean, he's the guy right now. He's crushing.
That's how I stumbled into this because I'm like, how can I play Chuba? I think Chuba longest. I think there's some ways to play it. And I'm like, man, he keeps getting a ton of passing game work. So here we are, Slop. What are your thoughts?
I had him last week over 3.5. I bet 4+ in a parlay that definitely lost because of someone else though, not because of him. So I am big onto him. I think Johnson plays. I bet you he's fine. They always seem to do that with him. I don't even know what it is, but like every week he's got something, and then he 8 for 75 and a touchdown. And you're just like, all right, well, I would love to see what would happen if this guy was healthy because this guy's killing it. So against Washington, yeah, this makes a ton of sense. I bet Washington scores all over them, and the only way back is throwing. I got Dalton over 222.5 at underdog this week. Like I've been doing those on Tuesdays as soon as the lines come out because like the yardage is like 20 yards different later in the week. But Dalton was one of the ones that I was like, dude, this is good. So Hubbard is who I think he attacks with, and Deontay Johnson and the Leggett kid. Am I saying his name right? Xavier Leggett.
Yeah.
That kid too. He looks good. So we'll see. But I think his yards came out a little too high.
Dude, they threw Johnson on the back of a cart yesterday to watch practice. Bro wouldn't even walk out to watch practice. They threw him in the cart and he sat there at practice apparently. So
I'm a big Jalen Coker guy. What do you think? I mean, I feel like Jalen Coker might be better than Xavier Leggett.
If they play him, I mean, like they played him in garbage time and he did okay. I mean, he produced, but it was garbage time a couple of weeks ago, whatever game that was. But I mean, if we get numbers on him, I'm not afraid to take any of these receivers, like any of them, for real.
Yeah, because I mean, Deontay's like, I would say 50-50 to get injured mid-game. Like he's for sure missing a series. Like it's just whether or not he finishes the game, to be honest. So
that's 2 weeks in a row, Connor. That's a good look. Yeah. 4 for 68 and 3 for 30 for Coker. That's going to be a problem. Like I said, Johnson, if he doesn't play, I mean, if we get numbers, I would like to see the numbers on Coker or that Sanders kid was going to be something I was looking at, but Tommy Tremble's back. So you can't do that. But that pass game is live. Dalton's not that bad, so he could support any of it. Like any of these names you're looking at, like who the hell is that guy? He could do it. Because I mean, Dalton is not that bad. He's just not good.
I need uncorrelated Coker more than life. I mean, that would be incredible.
Is he one of those guys?
No, probably. Well, I mean, based on his recent game log, no, but he could be. It depends. Like if he plays like a little bit more of a starting role and they don't get blown out, then yes. If they get blown out, then no. I mean, he's going to see like 4 or 5 targets and then they're toast. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Connor's,
we'll see.
Connor's a big cokehead. Everyone knows this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Loves the Cokers.
Print the shirts.
This is a great question. Would you consider uncorrelated parlay Kamala electoral college Trump popular vote?
Yeah.
Probably the other way.
I'd go the other way.
I think.
Yeah,
actually,
I'd go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1,000,000 to 1. Yeah, I know. It's like all the recent betting markets have been like big on Trump, and there's like one guy like laying like millions. I don't know if you've seen that.
One guy is 6 different ways.
That. Like, you think that's legit or no?
So a lot of my friends who know that I'm big into betting, like ask me about this, and they're like, "Well, like, what do you think?" And I think that this market is extremely inefficient because if you think about like relative to like sides and totals markets, like the goal of those markets is like for them, basically they take sharp action from people who have models and things that are better than what the sportsbook has. Then they move the number to that, and then they take as much action on that number because they know it's the most efficient number as possible. They only move it if, again, another sharp person with like inside information or someone they trust will do that. Election bets, it's all just action based. Like it's like there's no way to gauge if someone has inside information, which doesn't even exist essentially in this day and age of like election. So like it's all just action based. Whoever has the most money is moving it one way or another. Do we really think that someone has like better polling models than I guess like what they're using? I don't know. It's just, to me, it seems incredibly inefficient. Hillary was minus 700 to win the election on election night against Trump. So again, not to get political either way. I just think that this is like wildly inefficient one way or the other. But I think the way that you can make money, some of the smartest people that I know, basically just bet both sides like throughout the night and just like take like massive plus money on whatever side like the election comes in on first. Just take the other side and like you have a pretty decent chance. So anyways,
last time around, all right, so when Trump was running against Hillary, I got him 250 plus 250 that morning. So I was like, all right, I'll bet this. You know what I mean? So I took that. So I was like, I don't know. I don't think he's like, he shouldn't be plus 250. This looks a lot closer. But that was his first time around though. So we really, I don't know what you guys expected, but I was like, there's no way this guy's going to win. But that's up to 50. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'll take it for 250. It's like the Usain Bolt one that we always use. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I did that. And then last time around, I watched the whole night and you realize you could have gotten paid no matter who won.
Yep.
Because late in the night, I don't know if you remember, but Trump, like before I went to bed, Trump was like, wait, like minus 9,000, something like ridiculous. Like just you would never even bet that. So if you took Biden, then you were gonna wake up to a nice surprise. But earlier in the night, you could have had Trump like that, like with a giant number. You know what I mean? So like
exactly. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like wait for the early boats to come in and bet the other way, you know, and then see what happens because you might be able to catch like a wild live number. Monotone saying probably shouldn't say that out loud. The Gen activities. No, this is what we're here for. We're talking about betting. I mean, this is again injecting zero political opinion. Our opinions do not matter. This is an election with tons of people. Like our opinions don't matter. You know, whatever. Our votes hardly matter to be transparent. But you know, go out and vote. I'll say that. Regardless,
your vote does not matter. Don't forget to vote. No, I mean, honestly,
not a great endorsement. Depending on where you live, your vote legitimately probably doesn't matter. But
I live in Massachusetts. Like it's if it's not blue, then it don't matter. So you know, it is what it is. But no, I don't know. I don't know what you guys do to watch the election, but I always like to bet on it and watch it. I mean, that's just I'm used to that. That's how I watch TV. I wish I could bet on reality shows and stuff like that. I would. I'd probably watch more. So, but yeah, no, all right, time out. If you haven't bet the election before, all right, bet it this time and then come back and tell me that wasn't awesome.
Yeah.
That you weren't like mad as shit at some point in the night. Like, come on, guys.
Become an odds jam bro for like one night and just arb the fuck out of the election. Like literally just hammer both sides, like get as much action as you can. And you'll be printing. So thank us later. Come back to this. Remember this segment when you guys are all rich after, I don't know who wins. So we'll see.
Probably my approach this year to cope with either side, you know, the outcome of whatever happens. Just see if we can make some money off of it and feel pretty good about it. So next week, we're going to jump in actually our thoughts on policy, our thoughts on the election.
Can we bet on policy?
And then we're going to talk about who we're voting for. That's going to be, you know, we'll turn off the chat.
There's a little leave studio button here. That's what I'm clicking first time we get into that.
All right, you can't leave now. Back to you. Your second bet for us today.
I forgot that we were even talking about. I saw bets released.
I'm taking Trump in Michigan. No, I'm joking. We're gonna parlay that with Trump in Wisconsin and Kamala in California.
Can I get over December 20th on knowing who actually won the election? I'll take the over on December 20th.
Oh my gosh. All right. So my next one, Michael Pittman. I'm going to go under 47.5 receiving yards. There's some sharp guys in the chat talking about this. I was waiting for an Alec Pierce or Mo Alley Cox under. But Alec Pierce kind of popped up in the injury report. I wasn't sure if they'll get a number until like super late in the week. I didn't want to miss this Michael Pittman one. He's cleared 36 yards just once this season, dealing with a back injury. There's supposed to be a multi-week absence. He decided, you know what, I'm just going to tough it out and play. He played like a normal snap rate, but he saw a season low 11% target share. That was with Joe Flacco. That was with like a better passing game. Now he's Anthony Richardson. 17.5% of his targets have been inaccurate. In this game, I think projects to be a little bit ugly, 43-point total. So like he could have a decent game again, like 4 or 5 catches, 40 yards, 42 yards, which is like a bounce back for him, and still go under this total with Anthony Richardson. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would be surprised if he's fully healthy. If he is fully healthy, I would be surprised if Anthony Richardson is able to string like enough consistency together with Josh Downs, I think being just like kind of coming into his own here as also a very good player. So I like the under here at 47.5 for Pittman, and it's a 45.5 in other spots. I think that's probably the lowest I'd take.
I like it too, and I don't love unders necessarily, and I love Michael Pittman and Anthony Richardson. So it gives you a sense of what I think of that one. Slop, what do you think?
I stopped listening when I heard under, but yeah, I mean, I'm with it. If Connor said it, it's probably going to hit.
Love that, Slop.
Like, he's my under guy. Like if he says under and I have the over, I immediately am like, damn, like I just lost. And like the game hasn't even started yet. The other night, Conklin, I looked on Twitter and he was like, I want to fade the hell out of Conklin. I'm like, I have Conklin, and now I don't even want to watch the game anymore.
You love the tight ends, though. I mean, to be fair, we're
big tight end guy.
Big tight end guy. Yeah.
Yeah. We're also not, I feel like we're not opposite that much, which is good. And I'm not surprising, but like with the amount of unders that I bet and the amount of like fun overs that you like, I feel like it should probably be more, but it's probably good that we're not opposite very often. So
yeah, but that's why I'm like, damn, dude, like what did I miss? Like, why would he want this under? You know what I mean? It's like, because I like this over. And then immediately, like, dude, I think I just lost. Like, I don't even want to watch this game anymore. I immediately started looking for, like, what was going on in baseball that night? Is there, like, a hitch runs RBI I can bet?
Sam adding, when Connor says under, we shout, how low?
That's funny.
Got to find the bottom.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, there is another one that's hasn't been released yet that I told Noonan and company that like, I don't know when it's going to be posted at. I'll just mention it. The Bucks running back situation with Rachaad White. I mean, they could post it at 25 and I would still consider an under, honestly, against the Ravens. I don't know. I mean, like, it might
like
still
they're
be
talking about hot hand, 3-head back committee situation that
that's
you can play yourself out of the mix with a bad drive. Like
those are the worst terms. Hot hand, 3-headed monster. It's like, oh God, I'd stop. I'm out immediately. I mean, I don't want none of these guys.
Yeah. I was thinking Slop would find one guy at 50 plus, for 2-1. Just hope he's the dude. You know it's not gonna be Rachaad White. You can cross him off the list. So you're down to 2 guys that possibly could be to get the hot hands,
Yeah. I mean, we'll like, even if he gets like 6 carries, 7 carries against the Ravens, like no one gets more than like 40 yards against the Ravens with like 15 to 20. So like, and I think we're going to get like probably in the 30, like low 30s. I think that's what we'll get. So that'll probably be a play for me, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that SGP hit last night? It got caught. It didn't hit. Okay.
Oh,
that sucks.
Slop started reading the thing and was like, "Oh, it did," and then got called back.
I'm back. Why? It's rebet coins, and I don't have any. Like I only got like 10 of them. I'm still trying to like deposit with Android. They're getting there though. I was told they're getting there, so that's good. But yeah, that was a good parlay. I mean, hats off to me. I mean, that was like no matter what happened, that was sweet part. Like that was so good. But yeah, is it my turn yet?
Yeah.
All right, I want to go. I this is a weekly thing. I'm doing this, but I will give you something else as well, just because like this shouldn't even count as like my pick. But Jameson Williams, 50 plus receiving yards, plus 105 DraftKings. I got yesterday. I'm pretty sure that's still there. I'm looking at the screen right now, and I'm hang on. I can't really see all that well. If I could see better, I'd already be saying what it is. So not my fault. Yeah, 50 plus 105. Dude, that's hitting. The other one I will say too is if you don't want to take JMO because of all the things that Connor's about to say when I give this analysis, the Vikings are you can't really run them, I don't think. I think you're gonna have to throw the ball. They're gonna put pressure on Detroit to throw the ball with their offense. So we should get like a kind of a shootout going. It depends on if we can get some big plays. Otherwise, I bet you both of these teams could eat the clock a little bit, which would suck. But I mean, even with all the blitzing, I think J-Mo can catch one short and take it, 60 yards. And I don't think he has to get his bomb, like, you know what I'm saying, his 50-yard reception on a bomb. Like, it could be literally a drag route that's just, where did he go? He's gone, So there is that. I think he's going to catch multiple balls. I think they have to throw it. I don't think it's going to be like last week where, they just got out to that lead and then it was just like they played like whatever ball. Like they were just running, they were just doing whatever they wanted. And, he got lost in the mix. I would think he catches multiple passes. So I don't know about an anti-correlation play on him. But just because, like I said, I would hate if he caught the fourth ball and it's like, well, we all knew he was probably going to catch 4 balls. Like it might be his ceiling, but it's still 4 balls. So he's getting 50 plus. But bonus sides, if you don't want to go with him, or if you already had him because you knew we were going to say him, you could make a real case for Tim Patrick plus or over 21.5 receiving yards. I mean, if you wanted to, I'm looking right now. They don't have a reception number for him. It's not on the field that much, really, but 25 plus is plus 114. I feel like that's kind of a joke. Like, I don't know why he got cut out of Denver. I didn't think he was that bad. Like, I'm not saying he's Jerry Rice or anything, but he was like a serviceable guy. Like, he was not a bad receiver. And since he's kind of broken in with Detroit, I mean, it's been, I think, 2 games. Well, 3. I mean, actually, my bad. He's been for 4 weeks. I didn't know that. On the 30th against Seattle, 2 for 52, 3 for 68 against Dallas. I mean, it was kind of like, it's weird how he gets into the game. It's not like he's always out there. But my point is they look for him down the field. I mean, he could catch a 25-yard pass and get you plus 114, but I think he's more involved. They spread it out to everybody now. That's what stinks. Like, you almost can't even play Amon-Ra, even though this is a good matchup for him, just because his numbers are so high, and they have so many different people they throw to.
You better be able to play Amon-Ra. My first play of the week was Amon-Ra over 72.5 receiving yards.
It's tough though, right? Though it's not as like he's not just like a shoe-in like he was before. So you start looking like, oh, what about Laporta? What about J-Mo? What about those running backs? What about Tim Patrick now? Like, why is he even there? Do you know what I mean? Like, like how many guys do you need?
Well, last year, I mean, there was just those were Khalif Raymond reps and
he's still there too, isn't he?
Josh Reynolds reps. Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? Like, why just shorten that target tree a little bit? Help us out.
Yeah, I still
That'd
love
be a really fun team if they had a shorter target tree.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they see. I think there's gonna be a lot of passing volume in this game. So I probably won't be playing JMO all negatively correlated. Noonan, I think you are though. It seems like based on the chat. Are you interested? Every week maybe. I don't know.
I already play. Yeah, every week. I gotta
it is almost an auto bet.
I did. No, I did.
3.5 this week. Has it been 4.5 yet?
No, it's not been 4.5
any week.
Yet.
Okay, yeah. So 3.5. I mean, you are right there where it's like, is he gonna catch that 4th ball? Like, I don't know.
I played 3.5 60 plus 1074.
That's
on
good.
FanDuel. Yeah. So I mean, also, I think you make a great case. 4 receptions is definitely how it dies. That's
I think he gets the yards. Like, I don't know. I think that game's gonna be just wild.
Same.
Yeah. Slop, there's this new website. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's called, we don't even have a promo here. It's called Gambly. It was started by Jonathan Bales and Cal Spears, former, I don't know, just like founders in the space. Yeah, it allows you to compare alt receiving lines across different books. So you just type it in and be like, hey, can you show me this? It's like a little chat GBT bot, but for betting, and it's free. And so I just pulled it up. So Jameson's alt, which is wild because there's massive discrepancies on alts. Jameson's alt for 100 plus is plus 560 at FanDuel. It's plus 700 at DraftKings. 110 plus is 11 to 1 at DraftKings, 8 to 1 only at FanDuel. So
it was week 1. Remember that? Where we kept trying to do 90 plus on him, and it was you couldn't even play him at FanDuel just because of what was available across the street.
Yeah,
it was literally 1,100 or something like that for 90 plus, and then FanDuel was 880, and you're just damn, man, that is wild.
Skimping me.
Yeah, it's a great resource. It's pretty cool. So, I think that's a good negatively correlated one in that game. I have a couple other another one in that game. And it's a great play. Our guy Monotone put out the longest reception for Jordan Addison, which I think is a great look. I think Jordan Addison is another great uncorrelated look. Addison under 3.5, 60 plus is 23-1. And his average depth of target's like almost 20. So as long as he doesn't go crazy on volume, that's a really nice price. I like that one quite a bit. Same thing, Worthy. You got to play the Worthy one. Same thing, 3.5, 60 plus is like 14-1. The other one I was waiting on because they last time I checked, they didn't have receptions yet. But I think Terry McLaurin under 5.5, 70 plus in the spot against Carolina, where I don't think they're going to have to really push on the gas in the second half from a passing standpoint. But he can definitely get there with a big play and some yardage. I think McLaurin's another interesting look. So yeah, those are probably
funny you say that, because I was trying to figure out, like, I'm always game script. So I'm like, all right, so what game script is this negatively correlated stuff? Like that's like the next thing to think about. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like, which one are you looking for? And I was thinking about it last week, and I was thinking maybe we look for the beatdown game. You know what I mean? Like where you think one team's going to beat down the other one. And sure enough, the JMO game came in a beatdown, even though it was JMO. So it doesn't really count because he's just negatively correlated anyways. But yeah, that's funny you say that, because that might be that was exactly what I was thinking of. Like if we find beatdowns, I bet you that's where your negatively correlated stuff really comes from. Take the favorite, you know what I'm saying, whatever their number one is, or whoever it is, you know what I'm saying, in there, because second half, they're probably not going to get the ball thrown to them.
Yeah, big play guys too, I think is a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
Tutu Atwell could be an option this week if you get like Cooper Kupp back in there. Like Tutu could catch one ball for 30 yards. That's probably enough to
the old Van
cash
Jefferson
that.
roll.
Yeah.
Yep. Washington pass catchers, I think, are interesting too. I don't think that they're gonna have a ton of volume overall.
Thanks for joining the show, Connor. We were talking about Terry McLaurin.
Okay, sorry. I have breaking news here. I have breaking news.
Okay, it's breaking news, Ryan.
Oh, my bad, Connor.
I saw this. I was putting my Michael Pittman bet, and my mind just immediately went out of election land, out of everywhere. So FanDuel just launched Your Way in Illinois.
Oh,
have you seen that?
No, I heard about it, and people are posting stuff, and I don't have that.
So you can customize a same game parlay at any number for receptions, yards, or anything for every single player.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, see, if you're not doing that all the time, always
negatively correlated parlay, Jameson under 5 receptions and 100 plus yards is 30-1. I mean, I'm gonna go broke or very rich.
That'd be a long night.
Yeah, I ain't coming to bed.
Back up.
I can't believe you guys had that. How do you think they're rolling that out? What's the strategy? Because I want it.
It wasn't in Illinois as of this morning or last night. So unless I missed it, but I mean, I'm on the app pretty frequently, I would say. So it's, I don't know, but I'm sure you'll get it soon. They're just rolling it out state by state. It was in, I think, New Jersey first, maybe. I mean, I
saw screenshots of it and I was like, that looks like an absolute game changer. Where exactly is it on the, so once you go into the game on that top toolbar, do you know what I'm saying? Where it says popular, same game parlay, TD score props, quick bets, drive SGP, quarter props, passing props. Do you know what I'm saying? Where is it located?
So it's right next to same game parlay. So it's popular, same game parlay, then it'll say Your Way.
Okay, so I'm just gonna look there every time I open.
It'll be right there. So
every time I open it from now on, I'm just gonna look and just be like, dude, please be there, please be there.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I guess I gotta refresh the app.
Oh, maybe if I update the app, they'll give it to me.
Who knows? And you got to click into a game. It's not just going to pop up. You have to click into.
No, I'm
the only thing.
That's what I deduced from when I saw the screenshots. I'm like, all right, so I'm in the game and I'm looking. I'm like, it's not here, obviously, but I was still looking anyways because, just in case, what if it was? But it was not, and that sucked, man.
It also, I guess, the only thing is there's no attempt still, which means you can't do quarterbacks. Passing attempts or rushing attempts, which means you can't do running backs. Because I know there are some fun ones you want to do there, but I think you could do passing yards and receiving yards negatively correlated. I mean, you can, or just regularly correlated. I mean, you
whatever
can do
you want, Connor. It's your way, dude.
It's your way.
That's pretty sick. I'm excited.
Yeah. We'll see. Probably post some stuff in our Discord about that. Who knows? We'll do a little little fun look through there. Did you guys talk about Xavier Worthy? I'm sorry, my brain went to mush when I saw that. So
I did. Thank you
about,
for listening. No, I
you
appreciate
talked
it.
about Worthy.
Worthy. He's all over him. Why? What do you like?
Those are the only two ones that I had. So
Okay.
we can move on.
Sorry. No, I don't blame you. I
No,
was
this is
too.
yeah.
Like,
You weren't just being a jerk.
Said, your way, I'm gonna be frozen. Like
Yeah,
right there. You're like, wait, what?
He was doing us, a favor. He was, reporting breaking news, giving us a new look. So,
It's
not your fault, dude. Not your
my
fault.
way. Actually, it's my way now.
All right. Last one for me before we can start building out our parlay. Staying in the same vein, going back to the well. Bet this gentleman last week in a different way, and I think he's in a great spot again. I want Tony Pollard over 3.5 receptions. This is minus 108 on FanDuel, available everywhere. Probably without Tajay Spears here, dealing with a hammy. Should probably have 85, 90% snap share for Pollard against the Bills. We went at the Bills with a Breece Hall reception line last week because the Bills have seen more targets, given up the most catches and most receiving yards to running backs all season long. And now you take Spears out, and Pollard basically was Chestnut or whatever is coming in. Like, that is not a guy that I'm really worried about taking a ton of Pollard work or even pass game work. So I think that's definitely Pollard's spot. So, yeah, I mean, he's had at least three in every game except the blowout in Miami. We basically just need him to do what he does in most weeks. Again, the Titans have also targeted the running back position on 23% of their passing attempts. That's the second highest rate in the league. So something they like to do, throw to the running backs. They got one less guy to do it. It's just going to be Pollard and a good spot against the Bills and a good price. So give me Pollard here over 3.5 receptions. Connor, am I a donkey for targeting running back receptions this week?
I mean, I did flinch when I saw that you were going to play 2 running back receptions, but I mean, I can't disagree with either of them. So it's like, I'm not going to say that they're like underworthy play. So I think that's a win, right?
Some of the other shit I'm putting out there that I feel pretty good about isn't winning. So let's go back to, let's go to some stuff that I feel pretty good about. So
you hit a sack play last night, right? I mean, feel like that's sacks are not easy.
Sacks have been good. Yeah, Zach Allen got home for us last night. So, Slop, any thoughts on Pollard?
You're definitely ahead of the market. I mean, FanDuel at minus 108. If you look at BetMGM, it's minus 135. Caesars minus 137. Caesars a very sharp book, by the way. Minus 155 at ESPN Bet.
See?
So, I mean, like, all those books are like way off of what you're on. So hopefully that's a good thing. But yeah, no, I think Pollard, he has to be the guy, right? Because Spears is probably not going to play. I had his over carries last week, Spears, and that was nice to find out that he pulled a hammy in the game. I was like, all right, that sucks. But Underdog, shout out to you guys because you, whatever they rescued, I think they called it rescued, the slip. So I got my money back because of that. So that was nice of them. But yeah, no, Pollard's Pollard, man. Like, he's a good running back. They're going to need to throw the ball. If Levis plays, obviously you don't want that guy being too far away from Levis. So I feel like the running back would be close enough to him that he could probably get it to him. So, yeah, and then the Bills, that's where you attack them. I think every box, you know what I'm saying, gets checked off. So, yeah, four is usually my limit. So that's good, especially very close to even money.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. So not something I want to dive into all the time. And again, I like receptions more than yards because you see a lot of variations in what can happen with the yards. Just got to catch the ball, fall down, Tony. We just need 4 of them. And again, in both these situations, these running backs are both like over a touchdown underdog with real no competition to take those targets. So a couple other sacks I'll give you, but then we can start to build into our millionaire parlay real quick. I really like, what do we got here? So I want to find out what's going on with Brian Burns. I think Brian Burns is going to get home against the Eagles here. Jordan Mailata not in the lineup for the Eagles. It's a big one. Fred Johnson is stepping in. Sounds like a normal guy, right? Fred Johnson.
Yeah, like a history teacher.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson. When you look at the offensive linemen this year that have allowed the most pressures, it's a bunch of guys that have played like 200 to 300 snaps. Then it's Mr. Johnson. Johnson has allowed the 4th most quarterback pressures in the league, 18 on just 76 pass blocking snaps. And Burns has been cooking. He's second in the league in quick pressures. I think he got like 4 or 5 sacks the last couple of games. If he's okay, he gets home here. I like that one quite a bit. Then Gregory Rousseau, same game that we just talked about, Buffalo Bills. Will Levis loves to take sacks. They've demoted Nicolas Petit-Friere, who has been absolutely awful this season, but they brought in a guy who couldn't beat him out. So Leroy Watson, welcome, undrafted free agent out of UT San Antonio. You now get Greg Russo, who's playing really good football. He gets home against Will Levis or Mason Rudolph or whoever's there too. Those have not been popped up yet, but those are a couple of looks that we like in the sack department. So let's build $1 million parlay.
Love it. All right, let's see if we can do this in under 10 minutes. What do we think? No arguing, no ideas, our dumb ideas. 10 minutes. I think we can do this.
We did a 10 minutes on betting or on voting or election betting, and that cost us today.
Yeah, the election cost us.
I think that's very good information, though. Like I said,
it was.
If you've ever watched an election without money on it,
I'm just trying to be. We're trying to be respectful of you. You're the one that has other stuff to do. I could stay here for another hour and we'd be fine. So
we only have so many more elections too. It's every 4 years. You don't want to mess this up, dude. Like
some people say
watching it and it sucks without money on it, dude.
Some people say this could be the last one, depending on who wins.
Yeah,
so.
No, seriously, this could be the last election. That's what I heard on television. So
that'd be disappointing, just because we couldn't bet on another one. I feel like that's not because of what would happen. Just
dude, watching something that you don't have money on sucks. So just remember that. So bet on it. Anyways, let's go.
All right, Patriots, Jags. Drake May passing and rushing alt.
I like Demario Douglas somehow.
All right, Douglas it is. That's fine with that too. I don't care. Either one is okay with me.
Watching them play last week, he doesn't look horrible. So that's the best thing I can say about him.
Yeah.
But the Douglas guy, he's good. Like he's a good. Every time he threw in the ball, he seemed to be by himself somehow. And it's like, well, I feel like if they're going to move the ball through the air, like I think you can just start crossing off other receivers. You know what I mean? And then that kind of takes May out of the conversation. Does that make sense? And
yeah, I love May. I love May stuff too. I like all of it. I'm good with all of it. This is we were talking about something in a different bet, but there's some weather concerns, and now there's this field situation where there's been concerns about the Wembley turf in the past, and now they're rolling out a new turf. But we could see that lead to overs, like we saw in that week 1 game in Brazil. Jason in the chat is mentioning here, DBs falling down, long plays. What do we see, like 60, 70 points in that game against, better offenses than New England and Jacksonville. But still, there's a possibility to explore that angle. But I'm in on Drake May stuff. I think Pop Douglas is probably the best bet for New England pass catchers too. So I'm happy with it.
Sweet. All right. Lions, Vikings. Do you want to go with Jameson?
Everything.
Amon-Ra, both?
Just put everything over.
Seriously. I mean, like Justin Jefferson is hard because he's already at like 95. But like
I took his over 100. I'm dead serious. I never go that high. I never go that high. But like I really think this is a game where you're gonna be like, why the hell did I have Jefferson? You know what I mean? Like when he's got like $160 in the third quarter. I
think he's got a 150 plus like 5 times against Dan Campbell or something crazy like that. There was one game where it was like a quiet game. Otherwise, there's a 200-yarder in there. It's a couple of 180s in there.
Yeah, I don't think they can handle him.
No.
So 120 plus for Jefferson, 90 plus for Jameson, and then anything on Amon-Ra too.
I love Amon-Ra, to be honest.
Me too. I like his receptions though.
Okay, well let's do receptions.
They might do that weird thing where they keep them near the line of scrimmage type. You know what I'm saying? Just
9 receptions.
More.
220 for 9. I mean,
I'll take 9. Do 8 because we already have JMO's yard, so I bet you they give us a little credit there.
You're right.
You know what I'm
All
saying?
Right, cool. We got 3 from that game alone. Texans, Packers. You guys like anything?
Kind of like Tank Dell.
I like Tank Dell.
I think yardage though. Like I have his receptions as well, 6+ at plus 120. I think that's plus 130 now. So I'm kind of embarrassed to say that because that means that they were like, we don't care about you slop. You know what I mean? Like we'll raise the price after you got down. But no,
yeah, my Amon-Ra bet is the same as after I played it. So it's another humbling one.
It's what it is. I beat the closing line on a lot of things last night that lost. So whatever, closing line guys.
LCLV, yeah.
I like
Tank Dell yardage. I would think he does well. Ryan, defense. So Jair Alexander will probably go with Diggs, right?
Not a big shadow guy, typically.
No, okay. Well, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So what do we think? 90 is plus 275, 100s plus 390, 80s plus 190.
I think 80.
80 is good. Yeah.
Okay.
I love Packers. Jordan Love longest, but I don't know how to,
Who's longest?
Jordan Love.
Oh,
They're
that's
missing
actually
a
good.
starting-
You can do alt longest on this thing, so that would actually
On
be a
your
good one,
way?
I think.
They're missing a starting corner and a starting safety. Jimmy Ward's out. Kamari Lassiter is out. I think you're going to see some fireworks with Jordan Love deep. It's just a matter of who is that player. That's why it's safer to take Love. So if you can take an alt on it,
There's no alts on it. They have it for receivers, but not for quarterbacks, I guess.
Okay.
Which I mean, I don't know. Is there like an alt Christian Watson longest? I feel like
We
that's
can still put it in though.
what, just the regular line?
Even if it's just a regular one, just as long as, you know what I'm saying, like we decide that, I mean, it's another leg.
Probably like
especially one that we
37
know
and a
we're
half.
gonna
Why
win.
not?
Yeah. 37 and a half, a little bit.
All right. Player alt. I don't know why I just lost it. All right. Alt longest completion there. Perfect. Oh, nope. It's not letting me add it. It doesn't have the SGP thing by it. All right. We're
Oh
nixing
yeah, they won't
that.
let you do it. That's how you know it's legit. Whenever they won't let you HTTP it, you want to stay in those
Exactly.
markets.
Yep. Well, that's dead. All right. Eagles, Giants. Are we believing in a Saquon bounce back game?
I don't know.
I got a gross one. You can talk me off of it. I just want to put it out there, but I think Connor might already know it. For some reason, we've had 11 rushing attempts the last 2 games each game from Daniel Jones. He's had 9 design runs in each of the past 2 games. So Danny Jones 50 plus. Danny Jones. I mean, I think his prop is just like 28 and a half or something like that. I'm going to play it. Rushing yards. So kind of gross, but this is the old points bet play, right? We would points bet Daniel Jones, like these quarterbacks that can run, that have a ceiling, that can, kind of take the top off and go alts. But again, I get it. It's Daniel Jones. It's not fun, but I think he can run.
50 plus is plus 380, 40 plus is plus 185. He has 38 and 56 rushing yards the last 2 weeks.
What's 30 plus?
That's almost his prop. Yeah.
Okay.
Minus 119. We can do that.
Yeah.
I think that's just like his regular prop.
Yeah, we don't want that.
His regular prop is 28 and a half. So
you'd want like 40.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So 40
that
plus.
Is gross, though. You're
and then that's pretty nasty. If this was the Sunday night or Monday night game, I would say no, we shouldn't do it. But
don't put it in. I want conviction.
Then when it hits.
No, I want conviction. I want it. I want
you on
board.
I'm saying that we don't have to watch it. Like, we don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
So that's better.
You just look at the box.
So,
did you do it? Sweet. Yeah, you did. You didn't have to watch it play out.
Yeah. CMC has this. I thought about this too. Jones rushing with neighbors doesn't play. I mean, it's 2 games. It's not like he hasn't rushed in a bunch of other games. He's had in another game earlier this season where I think he had like 45 rushing yards. Typically, he does run a little bit. I also think he just scrambles more without Andrew Thomas in the lineup. So maybe the design runs come back down to earth a little bit, but he's forced out of the pocket because the Eagles pass rush does that to him. So, yeah. That's it.
Darren's coming in hot in the chat. You see that?
He hates Saquon, apparently.
Darren, dude. I mean, Saquon's going to run for like $120. And if he doesn't, then maybe Daniel Jones is alive.
Yeah. Don't poo-poo it.
All right. So anything on the Eagle side, like AJ Brown, Saquon, anything like that?
Saquon numbers are so high.
Yeah, I don't like anything.
All right.
I was looking through that. It's like, man, I'm glad this is not a standalone game. I'd be forced to play something that I don't want to play.
Seahawks, Falcons. We could do Kenneth overs. We could do Bijan overs. It's only 62. Could do Algier alts. DK Metcalf alts. Anything interesting to you guys? Not really.
I like the over in the game. I just don't know who it's going to be, right? Like
I think Kenneth, but in the receiving game.
Okay.
3.5 though. Now they caught up. 3.5 is like minus 138 at FanDuel. That stinks. 3.5 is minus 170 at ESPN. What are they doing over there? It shouldn't even be legal. Minus 170.
Yeah, move it to
yeah, because Lockett's probably not hurt, right? They said he sat out of practice.
Playing,
there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, they said he's in mid-show.
All right, so I thought DK Metcalf receiving yards might be in play because he is their alpha, and then they kind of I don't know. Kenneth only catches balls whenever everyone's covered. He just kind of dumps off. If you saw last week, it was just like, this is so dumb. Like, these are, I wish I had him over in those receptions, but I didn't know that was going to happen. But
I had the
it
yards.
wasn't designed for him. It was they were behind and they were trying to catch up,
Yeah,
and then
they were
like
dumb
they
bus.
you know what I'm saying, everybody go out, and then no one's there. Here, take this reception. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Metcalf had like a 70-yard touchdown called back for him last week.
Yep.
So I mean, he's hit 100 plus like multiple times already this season. I think this is a pretty good matchup to do it. So
I like Jason's look here too. I mean,
Yeah,
Atlanta's second worst pressure rate in the league. They're not going to get a lot of pressure.
I would
just
say
get the Geno 300.
Yeah, Geno 300. Get rid of DK.
okay, cool, got it in there.
Nice work, Coop.
Yeah, love that. Shout out Jason. Bengals Browns. You guys like anything there?
And Njoku. And we don't have to play him since we already got him straight.
No, this is the spot to do it. If we're gonna do it, I mean,
well, we can't do his yards, and then like I said, his receptions kind of got nuked.
Reception?
I don't think you can really go because like the receptions now, like I would never do his yards in one of these because I don't think it is totally gonna be a yard. I think 50 is about where he'll end up. But the receptions now, if you went to FanDuel, here I'll get them up. It's like 5 is minus 116 or 118. 6 is plus 162. And now I think you're getting kind of ridiculous, though. If you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to be some, he's out here setting records. So, you know what I mean? It's one of those where you just kind of smack it straight, get your little 5+ win, and then move on with your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 7 plus is plus 275. That's the only one that I think would be viable for the payout. But I mean, he needs like 10 targets, probably maybe more from Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson needs 12.
Yeah. So that seems kind of ridiculous.
I just feel like that's not what we're trying to do here. Like we're looking for like ceiling outcomes, where it's like that's probably like a mean / ceiling outcome. Like that's
I like Chase Brown longest, but that's not another milli leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
they don't everything Chase Brown.
What's up?
Everything Chase Brown, but even he's gotten kind of nuked. Like 4 receptions for him is plus 205 now, which that would have been like 500 a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we need 70 plus for plus 195 on rushing yards, which I think is a little much. Like, I'm not even sure that he like plays 60% of the snaps. I think he's probably still like just the 1A.
That's why I like the longest look, because I think he can get there in a splash play.
Yeah, and then the game script just doesn't match up for the Bengals receivers at all. Yeah. Like they get ahead, now you get to watch Chase Brown and Zach Moss just 3 yards, 4 yards, 3. You know, like that. Those are the worst.
All right, we'll just skip this game then. Bills, Shakir 50 plus. I think I put that in there.
Yeah, that should be good.
All right, and then
wait, Colts, who were they playing?
Titans.
Yeah, Pollard. Go Pollard receiving yards, maybe.
Yeah, you played receptions, right, Noonan? So
I played receptions. Yeah.
I mean, here, let me get
combo yards.
Yards.
I mean, he's going to run a bunch. I mean, the only worry about running is like if they fall behind, but they've been running so much anyways, it might not matter.
Yeah.
I think he's receiving yards is good for him because I bet he catches a couple balls early on, and then once the game script gets away from him, that could happen.
All right.
Well, my bad.
300 plus total yards
last week kind of sucks.
What did you say?
Where are these receptions coming from? Are they those little screens behind the line of scrimmage?
Yeah. There's just checkdowns. Dude, look at Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard is our uncorrelated king. He's catching 4 for -2, 4 for 17.
Yeah.
I just need him to catch 4. I don't care what he does with it.
Yeah, I would say the receptions is the only way I would touch Pollard. So strike from the record the receiving yards. I did not say that.
Okay.
It's been
stricken from the record. No one shall be able to. Yep. Perfect. 6 receptions is plus 280. 5 is plus 125. It's a lot of catches.
It's a lot of catches. Keep it moving.
All right. Okay. Then Colts, Tyreek Alts. We had our guy Rami in the Discord talking about it. I actually don't think it's a bad look. Colts secondary sucks. And we're looking at I mean, he had one called back or like an 80-yard bomb, like barely missed. Like he's close, and the prop's only like 54. So like 80 plus is like really, I mean, 80 plus is plus 210, 90 plus 320 for a guy that like could literally house a screen anytime or end up with like 25 yards. But the matchup is so good. He's playing against, I mean, like Noonan's kid is like playing corner for the Colts this week. I mean, this is like, brutal.
Who is this? We're looking at Tyreek.
Yeah.
What if
I think his base prop is like a bad bet. Like I think
Yeah.
his 54.5 at -120 is a bad bet. But like if you told me he had like 90 yards this week on like 4 or 5 catches, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, you guys
don't like it.
probably get mad at me, but dude, Tyler Huntley 200 plus. I mean that could happen.
I'm
Like,
not
that Colts
opposed. I don't think it's that bad.
I don't
That
hate it.
Colts team sucks, man.
Dude, he could drop one off to A-Chain. He can drop one off to Waddle. Like,
went
it kind of covers all
94
bases with those 3 guys.
New England.
Yeah.
I mean, not that they're great, but you know what I mean? Like, he's getting right there. And he threw the ball 31 times. The game before that was Tennessee, where he started, like, dude, he hadn't played, since, like, ever. You know what I mean? So, third game, horrible defense inside.
Pace.
Pace.
Indy's
like,
pace. Yep.
I mean, that's not that ridiculous. So, maybe I don't know. Maybe
What is it, Connor? What's
Huntley's
what's
only
Huntley?
plus 121 to get 200 yards, but plus 225. He's a little bit more. He's like plus, 255 for 225 plus passing yards.
I don't know. 275 to 880. I mean, might as well just be a man.
How about we go 250 plus at plus 500, and we'll put Tyreek in there because if he's throwing 250 plus, it's not just going to be like Tyreek has to be involved. Like there's like,
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'd say I kind of wimp out a little bit and go 225 plus 250. I mean, this is Tyler Huntley. I know we're getting
You
excited.
just told us to be a man. Sly.
I know. But then,
Be a man.
At some point, we got to be a smart man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, we want to win.
Can you say that anymore? Can you say be a man? Feels offensive.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Well,
I
it
think
depends
so.
on who wins the election. You know?
It's actually very true. You have to say it.
Oh my god.
All right, where we at, Connor?
That's so funny. All right, we're close. We're close. We need like one more, basically, 1 or 2 more to get to like a reasonable payout. So do we want to touch on Panthers Commanders? Do we want Chuba? Do we want like
How about Kyron?
Chiefs Niners
120?
prop?
What do you think about
120?
Kittle?
Kyron?
I like Kittle.
Juwan Jennings is going to be out. So and Pearsall just got shot. I mean, this guy's recovering from literally
That's
being
tough,
shot.
yeah.
So like
It didn't happen yesterday.
and Debo's injured. Jordan Mason is like still non-contact. Like I don't know who else is going to like touch the ball. So what do we want? Kittle like 80 plus?
I mean, I think he can go off. I mean, I think we could get away with adding these legs later in the parlay. I mean, we've got a lot of legs right now. So if you did 60 plus 126, like it starts to like get down to like, you know what I'm saying? Like whenever you put in like $10, you're like, oh shit, that's almost $1 million. You know what I mean? Like
we're at $1 million with $10 right now.
Where are we at?
We're at over $1 million on $10 right now.
Yeah, dude, 60 plus yards. He's getting it.
Beautiful. All right.
I think how many legs do we have?
11.
Well, we need 12. Can't do 11.
We need 12.
Yeah,
we need one more.
I mean, Kyron's going to run all over the Raiders. We know what the Rams do when they're in a positive game script. No one else gets on the field. It's just going to be Kyron. I think his binary props like 92.5. So 120, 125.
That's plus 260. You want to do that?
I love it.
I just have his normal number. I don't have any alts for him.
Like it's not even listing the odds because they're just like so high at this point. It's like $2.50 to win $1 million. So I think we're in a good spot. All right, quick recap. Jameson 90, Justin Jefferson 120, Amon-Ra 8 receptions, Tyreek 90, Huntley 225, Shakir 60, Daniel Jones 40 rushing, Kittle 60 receiving, Tank Dell 80 receiving, Pop Douglas 80 plus, Geno 300 plus, Kyron 120 plus. I've seen crazier things win. I'm hitting some bit.
Love it.
It's gonna be crazy being a millionaire, man.
It keeps saying no. It's giving me an error here, so I don't know what's going on.
Where'd you make it?
I'm still at. I got it. We're good.
Hey, can you send me the link?
Yep, I'm at our buddy Caesar's house for this. Just
Okay.
maybe do
Yeah,
some
thought
drafts
they FanDuel wouldn't even show me anything for Kyron. They know.
They know.
Yeah. Sorry, the dogs are starting to get a little bit loose.
The juice is loose. They're getting excited about the election.
Fired up. They just got up from their nap, and they like to let everyone know that they are awake, and they're doing a good job of that.
Yeah. Connor, fantasy trade question we're gonna take from Meek Hill because he was generous. Trading Brian Thomas Jr. and Josh Jacobs for JT. I'm not.
No.
Okay.
No. Definitely
Thanks,
not.
Meek. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. is an alpha. Like,
I'm not even sure you trade Jacobs for JT.
yeah, Jacobs is like crushing right now. I know he's losing a little bit of work, but yeah. Yep. Don't do it.
Wouldn't do it. All right. Love it. You want to get the Millie Parlay. You want to look at it, see it. You got to follow at 4for4bets on Twitter. Connor usually tweets that out from the accounts. So you guys can see that there. Again, download Rebet. Sweepstakes, betting, prop builder. You want more outs? You're limited. Rebet's available in 46 states. So probably for you. Promo code HighSlop. Download it. Use the promo code HighSlop. You're going to get a free month of 4for4. You're going to get a free month of High Slop Club. I mean, again, we already determined at the beginning of the show, there isn't a theoretical price on even what that would be worth.
Yeah.
So it's only $10. And I mean, come on, let's go. Let's jump in. And again, think about it. You're going to be a millionaire on Sunday night. So what's $10 today? Literally nothing. So
we didn't even hit the night game, did we?
Didn't even need it.
So yeah, you'll be literally eating dinner as a millionaire. Like there's gonna be no more eating ketchup for dinner, having a couple ice cubes. You know what I mean? You're gonna be eating real food.
I'm literally going to a steakhouse tonight because I already know them and win a milli.
Dude, I just quit my job. I just texted my boss.
Yeah, I'm going to Maria's tomorrow.
I'm done, buddy.
I know I'm gonna have $1 million in my pocket on Sunday. So
love it.
Tough. All right. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us again. Make sure you subscribe before you take off. Again, move the line wherever you listen to podcasts. 4for4bets on the YouTube channel. Promo code HighSlop. Download Rebet. $10. Come hang out with us. For Connor and Slop, I'm Ryan. We'll see you all next week. Thanks.